Um, do whatever you got to do to remain true to the mission, man. Like, if you believe in God and you've been going through a rough patch and you've been going through a rough season, don't faint, man, because your blessing is literally at the door. It's knocking. It's right there. And I know that there's been a lot of talk around things about the fact that things have shifted a lot. And if you spiritually discern what people are saying, it's really people are just saying that there's a divider that's happening right now. And you got good people on the right, you got evil people that's on the left. And there's a lot of people that are going on the Broadway of life, you know? People nowadays, the Bible is so true when the Bible talks about the characteristics of people in the end time, how they would be boastful, how they would be braggarts, how they would be lovers themselves, how they would be, just angry and have be filled with hatred, and they would be, backstabbers. All of those things, the Bible does not lie, because if you look and you observe and you really see how people are nowadays, you will really be like, man, does it even pay to be a good person anymore? Like, does it pay? And I was conflicted, man, for these last few weeks, because I'm like, I've experienced myself so much backstabbing. It's ridiculous. Like, I've never been the type of guy who had agendas with anybody. Like, if we cool, we cool. If you got more than me, you got more than me. Better car, okay. You feel like you got a better house, okay. You feel like, you know what I'm saying, your style is better, okay. You look, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to be me, and hopefully I can influence you to do well. But I've experienced so many people, friends, that done stabbed me in the back. They have infringed on my relationships. They have went behind my back and spoke all types of evil on my name. I've had people physically steal from me, try to steal my joy. I've had family members, who was really calling like, yo, I'm trying to check on you, but yo, I'm really just trying to see if you fell off and died somewhere. Like, it's wicked out here. And when you're the type of person that's an empath and you care about people and you care about, the well-being of people, you want them to do well, it's hard not to get on that same type of time, not to want to match that energy. But what changed my mind is I talked to like an older guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's in his 70s, and he saw me like walking past the street, and we end up like, to this current time, we end up like talking to each other all the time when I see him passing the store. And he came up to me and he was like, I walked past where he was working at, and he walked out and he's like, yo, man, I feel your strength. I feel a good energy about you, man. And I don't feel that a lot of times when I'm walking around. When I'm seeing these young people, they sound like they just got evilness on them. And I needed to hear it so much, because I was already like mentally and spiritually battling the fact that I felt like, just to be honest, like, man, I just feel like being how everybody else is, let me just go on the internet and just get the airing people out. Like, everybody I got a problem with. Let me, you know what I'm saying, be the type of person who gets with somebody and has an agenda that I can just take something from them that can, benefit me right now. I started really getting in that mindset. Devil's attacking me. And then I thought about it. I'm like, no, that is when the blessing is going to occur, when you keep on being steadfast about who you are, what you believe in, and what you represent. Like, who am I to say, if I believe in God, then I got to know that through the hard times, I've got to be who I am. When people reject me, I got to be who I am. When people lie on me, when people have agendas, when people backstab me, when people steal from me, when people, take advantage of my kindness, I still have to be the man that God called me to be. Because if I'm not, how am I going to get my reward at the end? And how is God going to say that he's going to bless me for being a good and faithful servant? I want to enter into the kingdom, so I'm just a realist at heart, because I'm like, I don't fight how I'm feeling. I was feeling crappy, like, it don't pay to be a good dude, but I just want to encourage y'all that no matter what's going on, you know what I'm saying? We done made it through the pandemic. Millions of people died. That's a blessing. You don't know what's about to come up in this land. You don't know what kind of disasters may occur. The Bible talks about famines and pestilences and, you know what I mean? Really great depressions that will take place. So you've got to be ready for whatever. And I take that could be God just trying to show you that no matter what the situation is, if you depend on me and you stay who you are, you're going to be rewarded. And you're his son, you're his sons, you're his daughters. He's going to put you on that level where you need to be. He is going to cause you to triumph over your enemies, but you can't faint. So I'm just encouraging somebody, don't pass out right now. Don't give up right now. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to me. I'm talking to anybody who is genuinely has a good spirit and has been doing their best to try to represent God the best way they can, even when they make bad decisions, and even when they fell short, or even when you might had an addiction, or even when you just had a struggle in life that's been tearing you apart. Don't quit. It's at the door. It's at the door, man. I think I overextended my time, but I hope it blessed somebody, man. Don't give up on God. He is not going to give up on you. And don't give up on yourself. I don't care if you got to be alone. You know what I mean? Because I'd rather be alone entering into the kingdom of heaven than with everybody else going to hell. All right, peace.